I'm Catherine Vokins, founder and executive director of Rehabilitation Through the Arts, also known as RTA. I'm here at the Ossining Public Library to talk about our art show that is up now and will be here until July 27th. But first, let me tell you just a little bit about who we are. Rehabilitation Through the Arts has been around since the summer of 1996. We work in 5 maximum and medium security facilities, including Sing Sing, Bedford Hills, which is a maximum for women, Greenhaven, Woodburn, and Fishkill correctional facilities. We serve about 200 incarcerated men and women on any given day. We provide a variety of the creative arts: theater, visual art, modern dance, vocal training, music, creative writing, poetry, singing. And we use these art forms not to turn people into actors or singers or dancers, but to give them critical life skills that they can either develop or expand through the use of the arts. The arts make people think differently, so they act differently, so they get different results. Now, the way this show evolved here in Ossining was that about 2 years ago, James Trapasso, who's the director of the art gallery here at the Ossining Public Library, invited us to fill in a canceled spot that he had for an exhibition. We were thrilled to be asked that. We then had to get permission from the Department of Correction and Community Supervision in order to be allowed to bring the artwork from our members outside the walls. We then collaborated with the Ossining Art Council, who helped us hang the show and helped us do a number of things for promotion. And we're also collaborating with the Sing Sing Prison Museum here in Ossining also as part of a collaborative venture. The art show is to expose people behind the walls' talents, humanity, and ability to express themselves about a variety of topics. We are very proud to be showing 60 different pieces of art from many of our members inside the walls, and I'm going to be taking you on a walking tour in just a minute. As we start this walking tour, I'm going to be pointing out not every picture, but pictures that have sort of a certain meaning or a message that I think is worth telling you more about. So let me start by pointing out that this one, which is called Every Woman, has been done by a woman who is in Bedford Hills Maximum Security Facility for Women, and actually she just got out 10 days ago. And this represents every woman. It's her way of saying that we're all the same, that all the women are the same. We have the same faces, and that it doesn't matter whether we are considered beautiful or not, but we're all one and the same women. Below that, we have a very interesting picture that's called Falling into a Book. And it is done by a man incarcerated at Fishkill. And it's his form of how he escapes what it means to be inside the walls. He reads books, and he believes that books are one of the ways that he can himself learn about other things that are not available to him inside the walls, but also a way of spending his time. Here, one which is not available. All of our pictures here are available for sale to the public. This one is not for sale because it actually is already owned by a board member of Rehabilitation Through the Arts. It's called Prisoners' Blues, and it deals with the sadness that so many prisoners feel, isolated from their family and from their friends. It's his way of expressing his own sadness at having isolated himself through a crime that he committed. This is Jeffrey Clemente. He's one of our lead artists and actually is now home and has been home for about 5 months. This particular drawing, also by Jeffrey Clemente, is a prisoner's castle. And he says that, of course, with some humor, considering that measurement in a maximum security facility cell is 6 foot by 9 foot, and 2 people occupy that. That's a prisoner's castle. This is perhaps the most dramatic painting in the entire collection. This is a triptych done by Hector Rodriguez, who is incarcerated at Greenhaven Correctional Facility. It's an amazing burst of color. And he talks about how it reminds him of his mother and the colorful life and person that she was. Hector really is expressing his own internal excitement about color and form and fantasy as his way of creating his world inside the wall, because the walls are so gray and green and cold and unforgiving. He brings his life to color through his art. The interesting thing about this painting by Sean Campbell, who is also incarcerated at Fishkill, is that it's his message about the youth and how many youth are ending up inside the walls, that there is a direct path line from the urban, underdeveloped communities right into prison walls. He says, this mass incarceration of our youth and the building of prisons instead of schools, it's a shame. This is also by one of our women at Bedford Hills. It's a small tribute to the fact that you cannot wear light blue inside prison walls. And that is because the corrections officers wear light blue. So it is one of the colors that is contraband. So this is EVA de Molino's answer to contraband, which is the term they use. I think this one is also nice in that it is a calm and reflective piece. It is called Watercolor, and its painting gives me the life and helps me feel free. So once again, this is George Tucker, who's incarcerated in Sing Sing. It's his way of just being free through his artwork. And this is almost like clouds, and it's a beautiful, soft, and kind of strange painting that you would think from a man inside a maximum security prison. So that's a small walking tour. We invite anyone in the area to please come and see this for yourself. We're open the same hours that the library is open, and we will be closing on Friday, July 27th. Many of the paintings are still available for sale. The red dots on each one of them will tell you if it's not available. There are price sheets throughout, and we look forward to seeing you here at the Ossining Public Library. Thank you.